And so we welcome back KK Downing, who's
hey guys,
packing as we speak, he said.
I'm here with the legends, you guys, and so lovely to have a chance to say hello to you guys again, and obviously all the fans, metal fans over there in the States.
You're the only guest that we've had on twice. You're a return guest. You're the only one that we've had twice. So, it's an honor having you back.
That's cool. I hope I don't get boring this time. No, I won't be. I'll tell you guys some news stories.
Let me ask you something. Okay. When's the last time you toured the United States? I mean, it probably was Priest. So what year was that?
2009, I think it was.
Wow. So we're talking 15 years.
Yes, it's been a long time. Too long. Far too long. Far too long, Jim. But the suitcase is packed. I was just telling you guys, like I say, it's got things in there, all sorts of things. I just, it's so hard to pack a suitcase, isn't it? I'm going away, for a whole month to play some shows, what can you fit in one suitcase, we're all pumped up. We're ready to go, flying out on Wednesday, land in Miami, work our way up all the East Coast towards New York, Buffalo. So, it's been far too long, you guys. I'm coming back to make a noise.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to see you on the cruise, which is really the Monsters of Rock cruise, which will really be your first official couple shows in America. And so Jim and I and Eddie will get to see the first two.
That's fantastic. Yeah, we're really, really looking forward to it. Yeah, you'll be there with your old sparring partner, Eddie. Yeah, so the team will be back. And, we're really looking forward to it. I mean, I've got no idea what to expect on this cruise. I keep trying to ask people, like I say, it's difficult to know, isn't it, really?
So you've never done a cruise before, KK?
No, never done one. So am I going to be on the stage going like this? I hope I'm not going to be seasick.
Yeah, we'll be like, wow, KK's got some new moves I've never seen.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, I don't know how all of that works, but anyway, it sounds like a great, it's going to be a great exhibition and vibe, and it's going to be, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a massive part of the excitement is I do not know what to expect. The only thing I know is that we're going to be there rocking out, and hopefully the fans are going to be there joining in, and it's going to be, going to be great.
And you do two shows, over the course of 5 days on the cruise, you do two different shows. So you're going to switch the set list up a lot during those two?
I hadn't thought about that. You see, I don't know what the deal is. Do we play in a different place each time? Is the audience different each time?
You play. There's like 4 or 5 different stages on the boat. So I'm not sure. You're probably playing 2 different places, but it could be the same crowd. Sometimes people want to go back and see the same band twice. And they don't care if you play a song that the Ripper or something like that you played the first time. So
our set list is not too long. So when we play shows after the cruise, our set list will be considerably longer. So we can switch songs as many as we want to. If it's the same audience or different audience, whatever. Just don't want to disappoint people. That's all.
It's probably, I would say it's going to be 80% of the same audience that sees you both times. They're excited to see the band. They haven't seen you guys. So I'd say about 80.
So we'll probably switch a couple of songs anyway then, if that's the case, so people can, it might be just a bit of an element of surprise. Okay, let's not tell anybody.
Right. Yeah. But let's talk about the set list, because obviously you have 2 full-length albums of your own material now with Tim Ripper Owens singing. But of course, you're going to have to throw in some Priest classics for the diehards. Who picks those? Is that more sort of based on Tim because he's got to sing them, or do you just say, listen, you do my bidding, young man?
Yeah, no. It's definitely, I like to put something down because it's so hard. But the thing is, it's also hard to go wrong with all of these songs. You know, I mean, if we threw all of the songs out that we have been playing and are going to play and change the set completely, it would still be a great set. You know, so I'd probably put in there Blood Red Skies, The Thinner, you know, Rock Hard Ride Free, Free Will Burning, Turbo, you know, I mean, and plus the other songs, the KK's Priest songs that we haven't played yet, you know. Um, so, so yeah, it's pretty hard to go wrong. And also the albums that we did with Tim, you know, people still want to hear Cathedral Spires and you know, Hell is Home and One on One and stuff like that. You know, people say, you know, they would like to hear some of that stuff as well. So it's pretty difficult. But let's face it, we could play a 5 hour set, couldn't we? Really, you know.
Yeah. You know what's weird about those two records you did with Priest with Tim? They're like buried. You can't even find them. I don't even know if they're on iTunes, and it's like they get no publicity. They were really good records.
No, no. It just seems like they've the desire is to want to erase those songs, which is extremely unfair, really, because it's a part of my musical history, Tim's musical history, and we're very very sad. And not to make those albums available to the fans is just crazy, really. I mean, we just did a festival at the end of last year, and we played Burn in Hell, and I think just that one song from that one festival had about 90,000 hits.
Yeah.
You know, so and considerably more than other songs, you know, that we played in the set. You know, KK's Priest and Judas Priest songs. You know, but yeah, it's all good. We're out there. I always say it's not what you play, it's the way that you play them. But when it gets to this level, anyway, because the songs are well cherished and much loved, and you know, I guess the only element for me is like the KK's Priest songs, which just the fans seem to really really like as well, which is great. And I'm very very grateful for that, really. So to mix it up and you know, and it'll be forever changing the set list, of course it will.
Yeah. And then for the fans coming out to the US shows, you can get tickets at kk'spriest.com, or you can get it directly from the box office, but the dates are all on sale now with LA Guns and Burning Witches opening.
Yeah.
So you have a real nice package put together there.
Yeah, so we got a rock and metal package there. You know, obviously LA Guns guys are extremely professional, been around. They rock their house down, and obviously Burning Witches, they look good, they play good, and they perform good. And all I can say, we did some shows with the ladies, including Malta, in the middle of the Mediterranean. For some reason, we went there and did a great show, which was great. And yeah, so it'll be a great show. You know, like to invite everyone out to see us, just like old times. We'll be rocking out, and we're all completely ready. We're on form. We're fit and ready to go.
Hey,
KK, I was did you always keep in touch with Ripper even after he was out of the band over the course of the years, and then when you started to do this project, brought him back in?
Well, yeah, we did, because the thing is, you know, it's kind of strange because I mean, I'm a metal fan, you know, always have been, you know. I mean, I started back, but when I first heard Deep Purple in like 1969, 68, 69, I'm thinking, this singer is so great, you know. Ian Gillan, he was hitting the, you know, the child in time and the high notes. I'm thinking, this is great, you know. So I've always been a fan, you know. I'm a big fan of singers, and of course, when we eventually found Ripper and had the realization that there are other people on the planet that can do this type of thing, you know, and I was always a Ripper fan, and I've stayed a Ripper fan, and so he would come over and play doing the Disciples of Dio and also Tim came over and played the whole of the Jugulator album, back to back. I mean, I had to go. His vocals were, I'm thinking, the guy is so amazing. So I'm a big Ripper fan, and I think he knows that as well. So
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's I'm very fortunate to have somebody like him, on the microphone. Very, very cool.
When you saw him do the Jugulator album, did you go up and jam with them that night?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Were you tempted?
He didn't know that I was going to the show, and I didn't know he was doing the whole of the. I just, whenever Ripper would come, I would always go there with AJ, who's in the band, my other guitar player, and we would go out there and just enjoy it. Being a fan, it's great.
Yeah.
But I could swear to God, when I actually saw him, do that set, the whole of the Jugulator album, we were completely blown away. It was just incredible. But anyway, Ripper is incredible, and deserves to get the acclaim that he does.
You guys were touring. You guys were buddies on tour back in the Priest days as well, right?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. We enjoyed many recording sessions, many shows. We did a lot of shows. We did a lot of traveling around.
Yeah.
And anybody that's met Ripper, I mean, he's a cool guy. He's a nice guy. But I think what we've got now, we've got a good thing going. It's a great partnership, and obviously the whole band. There's everybody's professional in the band. Everybody's good at doing what they do. Everybody is out there itchy to perform. Every inch of the stage gets absorbed, swallowed up when we're on there.
Hey, let's talk about the other guys in the band. For the people who don't know, obviously you and Tim being the bigger names in the band, but let's round out the rest of the guys.
Yeah, well, AJ Mills, he comes from the same town as I did originally, so the synergy's there. We're just two black country dudes, but he first saw us when Ripper was in the band on the Jugulator tour in Birmingham, and he was 17. And he said to me, the minute I saw you with that flying V, he said, I want to be that guy. I want to do it. Just like, just like I did with Jimi Hendrix the first time. I'm thinking, I want to be that guy. I don't know, whatever the deal is, I can never be that guy, but aspire to have some of that, That was AJ Mills. And Andy, he came to me later on and asked me for a bit to help out with his first record and the second record, and we stayed in touch, and now we're a team, we're ex-gladiators up there doing it, and it's been done the way that I like him. I like the way how he presents. I like the way he looks. I like his attitude. I like his playing, and we split all the solos down the middle this time.
Wow.
50-50, which is the way that it was always meant to be with the twin axe attack. It has to be that way. Yeah, so we're good. And so when I approached Ripper about doing this, unfortunately Les Biggs couldn't do it because he had ailments, which was very sad because we just did a gig with him at the Steel Mill with Dave Ellefson on bass, which was loads of fun. And so it was disappointing when Les couldn't make the journey with us. But anyway, Ripper said, what about Sean Elg? He'd been playing with Sean in the Three Tremors,
yep,
and obviously doing Painkiller and all of these songs, He said, this guy can do the job. So we met Sean. Sean's lovely, a great addition to the band, and I love him. I love his energy. I love his vibe. He's totally into it. And then we've got Tony on bass, Tony Newton. Tony's done a lot of things. He was in a band with Richie Faulkner some years ago with Dirty Deeds, I think it was, what the band was called. Okay. And I've got the album here. and which is good. But Tony does a lot of work with Iron Maiden, with the Iron Maiden guys who records them. Tony's a studio engineer, but he had his own band Voodoo 60, cut a few albums with them. Tony's a good all rounder, and I like his performance, his vibe. I mean, he's here, there, everywhere, and he's, and he's good, and he's a true pro, and it's
everybody's
great.
going to be easy to be on the road with too, right?
Yeah, and great to have that sort of energy on the bass as well. So it's like I say, it's like all hell bless when we hit the stage. So we're still feeling our way. I think right now to now we've only done a dozen shows, something like that. So it's all fresh, you know. So we've been doing these great shows, headlining festivals, good festivals in Europe as well, which is good. And we're headlining some more this year as well. Playing Wacken, which is great.
Yeah.
So these, we're putting our feet in the water, by coming over and doing these shows. But it is promised that we would be coming back in September for a 6-week run as well. If anybody gets a chance to get on a plane, train, hitch a lift down to one of these shows, please do. Love to see you there. It's going to be fairly unique. It's a great kind of, as I say, warm-up tour for us, really. We'll be coming back, hopefully, to play, those wonderful venues and places. It'll be like reliving a big part of my life coming back to the States, won't it, really? I've spent so much time playing so many shows there,
What were the hot spots for Priest back in the day when you toured in America?
Well, I mean, where do I start, really, when you think about it? We started off playing a mixture of clubs, small theatres, and then on that first tour, and then we were just about to go home, and somebody says, "Oh, can you jump on a plane and go and play Oakland Coliseum for 2 nights with Led Zeppelin?" We just said, "Which way is it?" We were supposed to be going that way, but then we went that way. So that was very, very memorable, of course, and then obviously playing places like Madison Square Gardens and obviously the Oz Festival, with Van Halen, Scorpions, Ozzy. I mean, there were so many great shows, so many great tours that we did. It was so memorable, and just to come back and we even played the Whiskey, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did 5 nights in the 70s in 5 nights in 3 days. 5 shows in 3 days. Yeah, 5 shows.
Yeah.
So we did a matinee thing as well. So there is talk of us coming back and doing a one-off there. I know Kiss do it and Def Leppard and stuff like that, but it would be great just to hang out and do those shows and visit the old stomping grounds, the Rainbow and that. And obviously I can show the younger guys in the band, hey, this is where, we started and kicked off. And so, yeah, it's just going to be a great vibe and to revisit so many towns and cities where I've got so many cherished memories and of great parties and things like that going on. You know the way.
Yeah. Okay. You guys played in a convention hall in Asbury Park, New Jersey. I think it was 81. Me, Don, and Eddie were all at that show. We didn't even know each other at that point. We met years later. But in 1980, it was with Maiden. Yeah, Priest and Maiden. I went the year before. I don't know who opened for you in July of 1980. And during the encore, I threw a smoke bomb. I was sitting up top and I rolled it down the stairs and I got caught and I got thrown out. So I missed the encore. I mean, people used to throw fireworks, right? Didn't people light fireworks off all the time?
Absolutely, I did. Yeah,
why?
yeah.
I don't know why. I had a smoke bomb and I lit it and I threw it down the aisle and they threw me out. They saw me.
I don't know, but people used to throw a lot of things, didn't they?
Yeah.
I can remember playing Tacoma Dome the one time, and after that show, the things that the guys were picking up, there was 2 live snakes thrown on the stage at that, bras, pants, and I mean, people throw all sorts of things up there, But anyway, probably enough said.
Well, well, there was an incident where people threw a lot of things on stage in New York City that caused you guys a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, that was Madison Square Garden. So I'm not sure how many times we played there. We played there a few times, but that time was just crazy. It was just So it was a good bad experience, but we laughed so hard. We were kind of knee deep in foam on the stage, and it was like playing on a bouncy castle. It was just
Right.
such a fun bit of crap. But anyway, I mean, the hall manager did see me and Glenn. We snuck in for a tennis tournament years later to see John McEnroe and Vitas Gerolaitis and all of those guys, And the hall manager actually, we were trying, because we were banned for life, literally, But the hall manager tapped us on the shoulder and said, "Hey guys, thanks for the new seat." Yeah, 650 grand worth of new seats.
Oh, man.
But it was so many great things happened in the States. I remember somebody saying, "Hey, we're going to this hotel, and guess what? You can get a fishing rod and fish out of the window." I'm thinking, I love fishing, great. And I'm thinking, this can't be real. So this was in Portland,
Yeah.
And the one guy did catch a big fish, some sort of kind of catfish or something, and he had it in the bath. But there's all sorts of stories about that. But it's actually true. You can get little fishing rods and fish out. So, but anyway, I mean, only in America, right?
Yeah, I think so. What about other stuff? Do you miss do you have any guilty pleasures when you're on the road in America? Like, do you miss Waffle House or White Castle or?
Yeah, everything really, everything about it. I mean, because throughout the decades, obviously going to America, every time you went back there was seemingly always more to see, And obviously, being a rock band, you're quite restricted on your travel things. I mean, myself and Glenn got to see an awful lot, really, because, we used to get out of the hotel room and go and play tennis or golf or stuff like that. And we would go out there, we would excurse for miles and miles, and you would meet people on the golf course and people would say, "Oh, yeah, come to this. I know a great restaurant and this, that, and the other." Well, these one day they took us, this was somewhere in Florida. And they took us to this place, a massive, massive restaurant, like 1,000 people in there or something. It was where they have those jousts and things like that.
Medieval times.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what the hell is this? This is so cool. All you can eat, all you can drink, all the beer you can drink, and you're watching all of this. And it was just a vibe. I'm thinking, this is insane. We've got nothing like that in England. Nothing like that at all. And but it seemed to be endless, these theme things and things that you can do, And so never a dull moment.
That's great.
That's awesome. Well, the tour starts on March 7th in Fort Lauderdale. You're going to do the Monster Rock Cruise before that. It's about a 2 or 3 week run. And then you said most likely you guys are coming back in September to do another 6 weeks in America. So that's going to be great. You got Burning Witches, also LA Guns. It's going to be an awesome tour.
Yeah. And don't forget the new album, The Sinner Rides Again, which is out now. 2 full-length records from KK's Priest. You could get tickets at kkspriest.com. And everybody go out and support our guy here, our Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Grammy-winning guitar player KK Downing and his fantastic bands. I imagine there's going to be a lot of excitement now in the States to see a couple runs come through here, and of course Europe in the summer. And so it sounds like the rest of your year is pretty much scheduled for you.
Absolutely, the whirlwind is about to kick off, guys. So, but it's going to be great that we're going to get to hook up with you both, and Eddie as well, and that's going to be pretty special. Yeah, looking forward to these shows, guys. Just going to bring the roof down on these venues, So. We're really pumped up. We haven't done a gig now for like 2.5 months, so we're up for it. And look forward to seeing all of you guys and all the fans one more time. I'm coming around again. Coming around again.
We love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it. We can't wait to see it. It's going to be great.
As the song says, if you sow the wind, you'll reap KK's Priest.
All right, there you go. Everybody, KK Downing and Judas, thank you as always for the time. And we'll see you on the boat. Don't forget, pack your leather jacket and your Speedos, and we'll see you on the ship.
Okay, you guys, troublemakers. We'll see you there for a beer. Can't be missed.
Thanks, KK.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Don. Thank you for watching that clip. Here's some more I think you're going to enjoy. And of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.